let me answer this guy. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine. Who is talking to me? Please mute your YouTube.
Wait.
All right. Who is talking to me, please?
My name is Ali, and I want to challenge you if you could read the verse from the Bible.
Why you want to challenge me to read a verse from the Bible? What about read a verse from the Quran?
No, what about reading the verse from the Bible if you have balls?
What if I don't have balls? That will make a difference for you? Do you have balls yourself? Do you have balls yourself?
I am just asking you to read.
I'm asking you, do you have balls yourself? Do you have balls yourself?
2 Kings.
Do you have balls yourself? Do you have a balls yourself? We are talking. We will read wherever you want. I'm asking you, do you have balls yourself?
I am asking you to.
I am asking you. You asked me a question. I answered you. I want an answer. Do you have balls yourself?
Okay, I don't have.
Why you don't have? What happened? Are you the same as your prophet? Okay, as long as you don't have, that's mean you are the same as the prophet, because there is a chapter in the Quran. It's called the chapter of the Kawthar. Your prophet was accused that he don't have balls and he don't have a penis. Do you agree with that?
Can you please read 2 Kings?
You can read for me, no problem. But you need to answer me. Is it true that the Quran says that the prophet have no balls? Is it true?
I will answer you.
Is it true that your prophet was accused that he have no balls? Yes or no?
I will answer your question.
Well, here we go. You are the one who mentioned balls. Obviously, you are trying to change the topic.
I first asked about 2 Kings.
You can okay, read for me 2 King. Go ahead, but you need to answer me. Go ahead. What 2 King says?
2 Kings chapter 2 verse 23.
So read it for us.
If you have the correct, yeah.
Read it for us.
Open in front of the screen.
Well, first, dude. When I say to somebody, listen, Abdul. When I change a Muslim, I read for you what I am saying. Read it for us, Ayat Aslaf.
No, open on the screen.
We will open in the screen. 2 King what?
2 Kings chapter 2 verse 23. Open it.
Okay.
Why are you afraid?
All right. And you will read it for us? Let us see who is afraid. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
All right, read.
Open 2
Kings 2. And it came to pass, when the Lord would take up Elijah into heaven by a whirlwind, that Elijah went with Elisha from Gilgal.
Verse what?
And Elijah said unto Elisha,
no worry, we'll read it all.
For the Lord hath sent me to Bethel. And Elisha said unto him, As the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they went down to Bethel. And the sons of the prophets that were at Bethel came forth to Elisha, and said unto him, Knowest thou that the Lord will take away thy master from thy head today? And he said, Yea, I know it. Hold ye your peace. And Elijah said unto him, Elisha, tarry here, I pray thee, for the Lord hath sent me to Jericho. And he said, As the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. So they came to Jericho. And the sons of the prophets that were at Jericho came to Elisha, and said unto him, Knowest thou that the Lord will take away thy master from thy head today? And he answered, Yea, I know it. Hold ye your peace. And Elijah said unto him, Tarry, I pray thee here, for the Lord hath sent me to Jordan. And he said, As the Lord liveth, and as thy soul liveth, I will not leave thee. And they two went on. And 50 men of the sons of the prophets went, and stood to view afar off. And they too stood by Jordan. And Elijah took his mantle, and wrapped it together, and smote the waters, and they were divided hither and thither, so that they too went over on dry ground. And it came to pass, when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, Ask what I shall do for thee, before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me. And he said, Thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee, but if not, it shall not be so. And it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that, behold, there appeared a chariot of fire, and horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven. And Elisha saw it, and he cried, my father, the chariot of Israel, and the horsemen thereof. And he saw him no more. And he took hold of his own clothes, and rent them in 2 pieces. He took up also the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and went back and stood by the bank of Jordan. And he took the mantle of Elijah that fell from him, and smote the waters, and said, Where is the Lord God of Elijah? And when he also had smitten the waters, they parted hither and thither, and Elisha went over. And when the sons of the prophets, which were to view at Jericho, saw him, they said, The spirit of Elijah doth rest on Elisha. And they came to meet him, and bowed themselves to the ground before him.
Listen, Abdul, listen,
And they said unto
they laugh
him,
at you.
Behold now,
Yeah,
there be with
read
thy
it.
servants 50 strong men. Let them go, we pray thee, and seek thy master, lest peradventure the Spirit of the Lord
Over
hath
23.
taken him
Shut
up,
up,
23.
shut up.
and cast him upon some mountain, or into some valley. And he said, Ye shall not send. And when they urged him till he was ashamed, he said, Send. They sent therefore 50 men, and they sought 3 days, but found him not. And when they came again to him, for he tarried at Jericho, he said unto them, Did I not say unto you, Go not? And the men of the city said unto Elisha, Behold, I pray thee, the situation of this city is pleasant, as my Lord seeth, but the water is naught, and the ground barren. And he said, Bring me a new cruse, and put salt therein. And they brought it to him. And he went forth unto the spring of the waters, and cast the salt in there, and said, Thus saith the Lord, I have healed these waters. There shall not be from thence any more death or barren land. The waters were healed unto this day, according to the saying of Elisha which he spake. And he went up from thence unto Bethel. As he was going up by the way, there came forth little children out of the city, and mocked him, and said unto him, Go up, thou bald head, go up, thou bald head. And he turned back, and looked on them, and cursed them in the name of the Lord. And there came forth 2 she-bears out of the wood, and tare 42 children of them. And he went from thence to Mount Carmel.
Why you are laughing, Abdul? You see, the verse you gave me is a proof that Elijah is a prophet of God. Your God, he cursed the Christian, the Jews, and they never die. He cursed us. Listen, listen. Let me show everybody. Let me show everybody. You see, I just showed you. I made you listen to the whole chapter, and you were doomed for listening because the devil inside you was hurting you. You could not shut up your mouth. Look what happened, guys. He is making fun of Elijah. Elijah did not kill anyone. He cursed them for insulting. And the Bible speaks clearly in the Old Testament that those who insult shut up. Those who insult their parents should be put to death. This is the punishment.
Jesus loves you.
Shut up. While your God Allah in the Quran, he threatened the Christians. If they don't believe in Islam, Allah is going to make their faces without nose and without eyes. And we don't believe in Islam, and nothing happened like this until now. For your God is a false God. Is that true?
Okay, so who killed the babies? Who killed the babies?
God.
Who killed the babies?
God.
In Bible.
God. And God killed the baby in your Quran too. Isn't it he who killed in the time of Noah, you idiot?
You are an idiot.
Isn't you who believe in the flood of Noah? Do you believe in the flood of Noah or not?
You believe?
Do you believe in the flood of Noah or not? Yes or no? Yes or no? Guys, look with me. This guy, let us talk about the curse. This is a prophet of God. He cursed, and what happened? That his curse always been answered by God. This is the God of Islam, chapter 4, verse number 47. The stupid God of Islam is cursing the Christians, saying, if you don't believe in me, I will make your faces without noses, without mouth, without eyes. And we never saw any Christians that happened to him. So what kind of God? Your God is the one who cursed the Christians.
It will happen. It will happen.
No, 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 no. It's not going to happen. He said, now, you have to believe now. Read it, Abdul. Read it, Abdul. It says now. If you don't believe now. Do you see it? Now you have to believe. Otherwise, aren't you aware that if you don't believe now, we are going to make your faces without a mouth?
What is in the bracket is not in the Quran.
Listen, answer. And let me ask you a question. Abdul, let me get you busted. What about we read the interpretation for the verse?
What is in the bracket?
Do you like?
In the Quran?
Do you like to answer? Do you like to read the interpretation for the verse?
Interpretation is a human interpretation. Okay.
So your prophet is not a human. He is God. So what do you mean it's a human? Aren't you a human too?
Yeah, I'm a human.
So how you explain the Quran? If a human are not allowed to explain the Quran, hold on, guys. Did you hear this? Did you hear this idiot? Did you hear this idiot? A Muslim, if he is a human, is not allowed to give interpretation for the Quran. So what is the interpretation is made for? If only the one who is not a human can give interpretation. So what do you mean it's a human interpretation? Those are your Abdul, listen, what opinion? Give me your opinion. Based on
interpretation is opinion.
Give me an opinion is it trustworthy, not an opinion of a kid from Pakistan who do not know how to read Arabic. Do you know Arabic?
No, I don't know.
So then how you know that this is wrong? Do you know that how you know that the opinion of the scholars are wrong? Right away, you're a scholar, your majesty, right away you decide that this is wrong.
They are fallible. They all could be wrong.
Okay, then give me one you trust him. Give me one you trust. Give me a scholar you trust. Which one you want? Jalalain, Al-Qurtubi, Al-Tabari. All of them, they are a scumbag like you. Yeah, shut up, get lost. This is how we get you busted Muslims. The curse of Elijah happened immediately. The curse of Allah never happened, for he is a liar. When your God, he threatened the Christians if they don't believe in Muhammad. In his time, not later. He's speaking to the Christian at that time. What, he will make their faces after they die? He called to make fun of a curse. You make fun of your parents in the Old Testament, your punishment is death. And this is a prophet for those people. So they will be put by the law to death. He did not kill them. He did not touch any of them. While you Muslims burning people alive. God he sent, God he take. The flood of Noah is in the Quran. Did Allah kill all the babies at that time? Yes. So why the Muslim don't complain? Your God, who is the one who killed the babies? Stupid idiot. Don't you Muslims believe that 2 cities in Lut, in the story of Lut and his wife, they are burned? Did Allah burn them all? Yes. Stupid. They don't even know what is in their books. But here actually very clear example. As long the Muslim believe that this is what happened in that verse, that the curse happened and those children they've been killed. Here we go in the front of you. And about killing children. If we go in the Quran, we will find the very verse in the Quran speaking about the prophet. His name is Al-Khidr. In the story of Al-Khidr, he was walking with Moses and they saw a child. Chapter 18, you can read it from verse number 76 to verse number 80. Let us go and see the interpretation. He is calling me to speak about killing children. This is the point, right? Let me show you how stupid those Muslims who have no idea what is in their Quran. I never saw what any Muslim he knows what is in the Quran. And then he will say to me, this is an opinion of a scholar. So who will take your opinion, you idiot? For sure, we will take the scholars, not you. So if we go in the Quran, we will find this. In chapter 18, verse number 76, we go 76 and 80. Let us go from before, from the beginning of the story. Read with me carefully, guys. This is a prophet Moses and the prophet Al-Khadr. Al-Khadr is the master of Moses, which means he is the teacher of Moses, and Allah sent Moses to learn from Al-Khadr. Al-Khadr is a person who was called Al-Khadr because he drank from the fountain of youth, which means because of that he never died. He is a person who met Adam, he met Noah, he met Moses, and he was in the funeral of Muhammad. This is one of the fiction stories of the stupid Muhammad, the prophet of Islam. Here, when Al-Khadr with Moses were walking. Hey Ali, how are you?
Hello?
Hello. Can you read with me, please, Ali?
What?
Can you read with me what is in the screen?
Do you know that in your Bible?
Can you read with me in the screen or not? Can you read with me what is in the screen? Yes or no?
Wait.
What happened?
So they set off after leaving the ship. They find a boy.
Read. I want to hear it. I want to hear it. Read.
I told you. Why are you showing the tafsir?
So what? I will show what? I will show you what? What I will show you? The verse in the front of you.
Show verse.
It says in the verse in the front of you, they killed a boy. Here we go. This is the verse. I'm showing the verse. What's wrong with you? Are you stupid or what? I'm showing the verse in the screen. It's in the screen. If you are a donkey, you do not know how to read, this is your problem. Chapter, listen, Abdul, chapter 18, verse number 74. Read it for us and show and read the interpretation.
Why? I will read the verse. I will not read the interpretation.
Then get lost. Don't call me. I have no time for kids. Who are you to not to read the interpretation? If you don't want the interpretation, why you have interpretation? Suddenly the interpretation of the scholars, you see, if you debate Muslims, you say, oh, you have to read the interpretation. You can't give interpretation of your own. Okay, we are showing them their own interpretation. They're scholars. Suddenly their scholars are a bunch of idiots. Oh, no, I'm not going to read the interpretation. Don't read the interpretation. I read it.